Good morning, Memphian. My name is Marcellus Brian. I'm from 11 Science 3, and my absent number is 24. Today I'm gonna explain 3 chapters in English Tasmiah book, which are participle, modal perfect, and definition. First of all, let me explain about participle. There are 2 kinds of participle, which are present and past participle. The present participle contains an active meaning. An example of present participle sentence is, the story is boring. The boring is the participle and it contains an active meaning. Past participle is often what we call verb 3 and it contains passive meaning. For example, we are bored by the story. The bored is the participle and it contains a passive meaning. Cut. Next is participle clause. Participle clause is a group of words that has a participle and a modifier. Now, participle clause can be formed by 2. First is adjectival clause and adverbial clause. Now, an example of a participle clause formed by adjectival clause is, the girl who is sitting next to me is my wife. That's the adjectival clause. Now, to change it to participle clause, the girl sitting next to me is my wife. An example of a participle clause formed by adverbial clause. Since I arrived to this country, I became rich. That's the adverbial clause. Then the participle clause, since arriving to this country, I became rich. Cut. Now I'm going to explain what modals with perfect are. There are a lot of modals. For example, can, could, couldn't, may or might, must, shall, should, wouldn't, and would. All of these modals have different purposes. For example, can is used for a future possibility. Could is used for what could have been done in the past, but in the end it's not done, and many more. Okay, for the construction of modals, it is modals plus have plus verb 3. An example of this book: the guard, blah blah blah, the boys not to enter the dangerous area when they first arrive, so that they wouldn't get the accident. Now, for the answer, it's, the guard should have warned the boys not to enter the dangerous area when they first arrive, so that they wouldn't get the accident. Should is the modals, have is needed, of course, and warn is the verb. Another example: the workers are doing their best to finish the renovation. I think they blah 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 before the rainy season starts. An answer is, I think they could have finished before the rainy season starts. Could is the modal, while finish is the verb. For the last chapter, I'm going to explain what definition is. A definition is a statement that defines a term. Now, this statement is basically a group of words that describe a word. A good definition needs to consist precise of what you're describing, and you can also show examples to make the definition look better. There's a rule for definition. It must not be the synonym of the word. You must not make it a negative definition. You must avoid circularity, and please do not be too wide or too narrow from the word itself. There are 2 types in which you can define a word, which is sentence definition and extended definition. Sentence definition contains a sentence that describes the word itself. Meanwhile, extended definitions is basically a paragraph in which the first sentence is you define the term, and after the first sentence you add additional information to make the reader understand more of the word. Thank you for listening, and God bless.